Hey everyone, it is lesson 48 day today. I'm going to preempt this with the fact that I am currently with dogs, so if there is noise in the background eventually, I apologize ahead of time. Lesson 48, there is nothing to fear. The idea for today simply states a fact. It's not a fact to those who believe in illusions, but illusions are not facts. In truth, there is nothing to fear. It is very easy to recognize this, but it is very difficult to recognize it for those who want illusions to be true. Today's practice periods will be very short, very simple, and very frequent. Merely repeat the idea as often as possible. You can use it with your eyes open at any time and in any situation. It is strongly recommended, however, that you take a minute or so whenever possible to close your eyes and repeat the idea slowly to yourself several times. It is particularly important that you use the idea immediately should anything disturb your peace of mind. The presence of fear is a sure sign that you are trusting in your own strength. The awareness that there is nothing to fear shows that somewhere in your mind, though not necessarily in a place you recognize as yet, you have remembered God and let His strength take the place of your weakness. The instant you are willing to do this, there is indeed nothing to fear. That's a very short, very sweet, very self-explanatory lesson. However, it is probably one of the most difficult to embrace because we live in a world filled with fear on so many different levels. And we can become fearful about the weather. We can become fearful about health outcomes. We can become fearful about money, relationships. You know, it shows up in so many forms. And we then question how they could say that there is nothing to fear when we live in such a fragile world. This world is the world of illusions. It is the world that reflects fear and illusion. And so what this lesson is trying to do, it's trying to help us to move beyond that level of operation so that we can operate from a level of divine love, where God, love, is our source. Love is our strength. Love is in charge of all things. And if that is the case, then there is nothing to fear. In this case, if we become like a small child and understand that, you know, like we used to believe mom and dad could fix anything and could save us from anything, bar nothing, we can understand the power of love, of God, of the divine, whatever term you want to use for it. Okay, so again, simple, but it bears repeating over and over and over again. And there are so many situations that can come up in any given moment. Someone could pull out in front of you in traffic. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. So you can get a phone call that is disturbing. There is nothing to fear. Use it as often as you can. Okay. Lesson 48 from A Year of Forgiveness by Tina Spalding. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. This is a hard lesson to believe when you are riddled with fears. Part of your training in this program includes the realization that if you trust this course and still feel fear, then a great divide remains between you and where truth lies. This is one of those fundamental concepts important to think about once in a while. It is very logical. If I tell you there is nothing to fear and you are fearful, then you are not in accord with these teachings. Of course, we do not judge you for that. We know that you are here to unlearn everything you have learned. Every single thing you've learned in this world will be unlearned, and you will learn the truth. When you see your fears, you want to counter them with the truth. Fear that causes you to shake and shiver in your shoes means you believe in it. To undo that belief, you must introduce the truth. If you believe lies as truth, which you do if you harbor certain fears, then you voluntarily go out of alignment with truth. When I tell you there is nothing to fear, but you still fear, Though you say you believe me and you believe these teachings, then you must say, well, I believe something that's not true. I believe a lie. Therefore, the truth, that there is nothing to fear, seems to be a lie. This is indeed an upside-down world you live in. What is valued by spirit is not valued here. It is important for you to understand that you have truly, through your own volition, chosen separation. You have chosen not love, and you have taken a deep, convoluted, and profound detour into fear. We know you cannot eliminate all fear in one day. We do not expect you to do that, and we do not want you to even think it is a possibility. But when you respond to your mind's belief in fear with another statement that counteracts it, and you do it increasingly over the days and years of your studies in A Course in Miracles, you stop feeding the fear. As you stop feeding that thought form with your energy, focus, and belief, it is slowly and surely fading from your experience. I am the one that you know as Jesus, and there is nothing to fear. You are eternal spiritual beings. You are beloved by that which you call God. That absolute and all-pervasive benevolent force that permeates everything and keeps everything whirling and living. God is life. God is love. Anything you experience that is not life-affirming and love-affirming is not true. It is an illusion. It will make you feel bad because your emotional guidance system is tuned to love, and anything not loving gives you negative emotional feedback. I'm going to reread that so that you understand what happens in our body. God is love. Anything you experience that is not life-affirming and love-affirming is not true. It is an illusion. It will make you feel bad because your emotional guidance system is tuned into love, and anything not loving gives you negative emotional feedback. So do not despair if you have negative feelings throughout the day. Be glad that you now know how to interpret them. You now know it means you have incorrect thoughts that bring you out of alignment with love. You will see where you have indulged in fearful or judgmental thought about yourself or somebody else. I am that one that you know as Jesus. We will see you again tomorrow. What an amazing, easy fix if we understand that when we are not feeling peace, when we are not feeling love, it simply means we are out of alignment with love. If we are feeling fearful, if we are feeling angry, if we are feeling betrayed or hurt or wounded in any way, we are simply out of alignment with love. It does not mean that what has happened is true or correct. It does not mean that we are guilty, that we are wrong in our actions. It means that we are thinking of them incorrectly. It means that we are buying into the illusion and the fear. And so I would highly recommend just continuing to repeat and repeat and repeat, there is nothing to fear. That will help us to begin to reprogram those old tapes that we play in our head that says the world is not safe, there is a lot to fear, there is everything to fear. And so we can begin to start thinking differently. Remember that if we go, there's nothing to fear, and we are startled, and we keep saying there's nothing to fear, then we're going to have to look at that and go, okay, so what are we looking at? I'm afraid because, and then you can begin to unwind all of your own fears and all of those illusions that are keeping you from your inherent peace. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy.